A warm good evening, sir. I am Akriti
Hi, good
from
evening.
Metalogic PMS, and today we have Mr. Anil Patro, sir, from Jindal Steel Limited with us. So, sir, my first question is, how was Indian steelmakers trying to mitigate raw material security, especially when India lacks high-grade iron ore and good-grade coking coal?
Well, thank you. This is a very, very interesting question from the raw material security point of view. Most of the steel makers are gradually moving towards utilizing low-grade iron ore and trying to secure the iron ore resources that is available through auction by the government of India. And people have also started using little inferior grade iron ore. Earlier, the ask was maybe in excess of 62% Fe iron ore. Today, people have learned that the available grade of iron ore in India is going down and down. So people are convergent in using 60% Fe material, and there is a plan also to go ahead for the beneficiation of low-grade iron ore and making that usable. That is so far as iron ore availability goes. For the point of coking coal availability, because India lacks a bit of high-grade coking coal, and it is not even up to the mark to produce coke by using Indian coking coal standalone basis. But people have started thinking that Indian coking coal should also be used maybe to the tune of 20-25% in the blend. So though it will not be a standalone operation using the Indian coking coal, but it will definitely reduce a little bit on the imported coking coal from Australia and from other countries as well. So my point is that the innovative ways of being worked out by the steel companies by mitigating the quality risk, by availability risk, price risk, and utilizing the inland and domestically available raw material resources, and thereby mitigating the availability of raw material resources for that.
Okay, moving ahead to the next question. So, freight disruptions and geopolitical uncertainties have rapidly impacted global commodity movements. How is Jindal Steel Company redesigning supply chains to improve resilience against such shocks?
See, the geopolitical risk which badly impacted is the recent West Asia war. Before that, maybe the Russia-Ukraine war was not impacting the global raw material movement so hard, but the West Asia war has definitely impacted all the movements, because it is linked to almost 30% of crude oil movement through Strait of Hormuz. So that single factor impacted the fuel prices, the availability of vessels to get the cargoes out of the disputed area. So definitely there has been an impact on the freight rates, and which ultimately has impacted the raw material prices. You can consider the freight rate, which was almost about say $10 to $11 for a commodity coming out of UAE to east coast of India. Today it is almost $22, $23. So just the double of it. Similarly, the freight rates from other geographies have also increased. So that is impacting the steel makers very badly. And with no resolution in sight, people have to work out different methods to mitigate the raw material availability risk. Though the price risk exists, yes, so people have started looking at alternate geographies to source the critical raw materials which are not being able to move out of UAE. So similarly, Jindal Steel also trying to follow the same path, and at Jindal Steel we are trying to source our critical raw materials which are getting impacted because of the West Asia conflict, and redesigning our supply chain movements. For example, limestone, many of the steel plants, they moved to China to procure their steel grade limestone requirement. So Jindal Steel also followed that. Similarly, the materials like coking coal, which is coming out of Australia, though there is no direct impact on that, but yes, the prices have gone up because of the freight rates.
Last but not the least, how would you describe your experience at Metalogic PMS events in terms of insights and networking that has been shared today?
Whoa, yes, it has been a very enchanting experience. And there were a plethora of speakers and experts coming from all parts of the country. And the best part of the thing is it combined raw materials, the logistics, the technology, the slurry pipeline, and equipment providers for the slurry pipeline transportation were also there. So it was a combination of a diaspora of people coming from various walks, various sides of the business. So it was a very interesting experience. And though it was a very short one-day conference, but it was very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you for the appreciation, sir. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.